Hey guys, today we're going to be checking out Wyze's latest product, the Wyze plug. It comes in a 2-pack and it's only 15 bucks. So let's check it out. What's up guys, it's Drew from Taylor Tech, and on this channel we do smart home tech reviews, installations, and DIY guides. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And hey, at any time, check out the video description down below for show notes and product links for everything mentioned in this video. Alright, so in this video we're going to be unboxing this guy as well as setting it up within the app and checking out some of the rules that come specifically with this plug, as well as pairing it with some of the Wyze Sense and the cameras themselves in order to kind of link all this into the new Wyze ecosystem as it be. So on the box here, it's pretty simple. We just have the 2-pack. It works with ALEXA, Google Assistant, and with If. No information on where to get it on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Just some information on the back here. One thing that sticks out with me, I'm not sure if it's on here. Yes, the output, you may or not be able to read this, is up to 120 volts, 15 amp max, which is something that stuck out to me when I saw it. A lot of these smart outlets are only 10 amps. So you really don't have to worry about using it with a high power appliance, as most outlets and breakers in your home are 15 amps anyway. That is an awesome feature there. We can set timer scheduled automation. We can unlock vacation mode to have these turning on and off randomly while you're away. Easy setup and remote access in the Wyze app, of course. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. And we have our I-backed Wyze plug sticker. I'm not sure if you would get one of these because they are officially out yet. I got mine early. And here's our 2 plugs. Now they are pretty average size, I guess I would say, with other ones. There are some that are smaller total, but they don't necessarily always allow for both to fit on the same outlet. So as you can see here, these can easily fit one on top of each other into a single outlet if you needed 2 of them on the same one. So that's a nice feature, but they're not as small as some other smart switches. That may be because these are probably the smallest Wi-Fi ones I've seen. I don't see a problem with this as long as you can plug them both into the same outlet. All right, we've got our Wyze app open here, and I'll peel the plastic off of this. Okay, we do have a button on the left side here, and an LED indicator here, the Wyze logo, and then the input-output information on the back here with the MAC address of the product, as well as some other information. Go ahead and plug this guy in. We should see some flashing on the LED here. We can see that it is flashing quickly. There is a slow flashing blue and a quick flashing blue. The quick flashing blue is in setup mode, and slow flashing is connecting to Wi-Fi. So in the app, let's go ahead and add a product. Wyze plug. Next. My Wi-Fi information is in there already. Okay, so update. As you can see, I did get one of these set up already, and I was showing you the process as I was setting it up, but I ran into a few problems while setting it up, so I will explain it again with this one. Hopefully we will not have any issues with this, and you will not have any issues either, given that I should have this figured out by now. Okay, so it does warn you that you need to have a 2.4 gigahertz network, of course, but for my router, my SSID and password is the same for 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, which a lot of them out there are, and most people don't even know how to change the password, let alone separate the 2 bands and have separate names for each of them. Some routers do, some don't. Actually, I have a new Netgear Orbi system, which is a mesh Wi-Fi system to have better coverage around my house. You're not able to change you're not able to split the bands into 2 separate names. I know it's silly, it's a great product, but I wish I could do that, but I can't. So all of my other products have been able to connect that are 2.4 gigahertz only, but I did have trouble with this one, but I did figure it out, so I will explain that here. So my phone automatically connects to 5 gigahertz because it's the fastest, it's the best for using a cell phone on. So when you set it up, I don't know if there's some kind of logic in the name. I don't know how it works, but I believe when you go to set it up and add a product and you click on Wyze bulb, it says make sure it's connected to 2.4, of course. And then when you select next, it shows your name and password here, but I feel like there's something connected to that that's 5 gigahertz. So we will actually erase all of that and do it manually. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. Let's plug this in. We'll see that it is blinking rapidly. That means that the plug is broadcasting its own Wi-Fi SSID. So we need to connect to that. It'll tell you when to do it in here. Add a product, Wyze plug. It says push and hold the button until it's flashing, but it already is. So here we go. I'm going to make sure to type this in manually. I will erase my password and put it in again. So now that it's not trying to copy off my phone's connection, which is 5 gigahertz, it's trying to connect to a new connection that it doesn't really necessarily correlate with my phone. That's my theory, at least. So I'm going to also make sure that my mobile data is turned off. As you can see here, it is turned off. It's just so that's not a factor either. And we're going to click next. Now it wants us to connect to the phone's SSID. Let's go ahead and do that. There it is, Wyze smart plug connected. Switch back to the Wyze app, and it is connecting. I will leave this up and speed up the video just so you can see how long it takes to connect. And there we go. As you can see, the LED did turn off there, and it reconnected to my home Wi-Fi automatically. Let's go back to the Wyze app if we can. Kind of kicked us out of the app for some reason. There we go. It is set up, and we need to enter our name. Let's call it plug 2 just for now. Now we can go ahead and test it out. Oh, it does need a firmware upgrade. Let's upgrade that real quick. So while this is upgrading, you hopefully saw how I did that there. There was a lot of people online talking about how you have to have the 2.4 gigahertz band separated from your 5 gigahertz in order to connect these, and as we saw, that's just not the case. I did have trouble at first, but after I figured out that we can't let the Wyze app automatically try to figure out how to get that name and password for your Wi-Fi, you need to manually put it in. Even if it's already in there, even if it's already correct, go ahead and delete everything and retype it in, and you should be okay. It's plug 2, right? Yep. There we go. You can see the little LED. See the latency on that? Oh, that time it didn't work. A little bit of a hiccup there. It didn't work that one time. Maybe because I'm flipping back and forth so quickly, but over on the left side we have a manual button. You can push that. See, the LED is off. Let's get a more visual representation here with a cheapo lamp I had laying around. And it should have power going to it. Turn it on manually. There we go. Now let's use the app. There we go. You can use it from the home menu as well. Alright, now there's also a few other things at the bottom here. We can see that it shows our runtime for the day as well as a 7-day average, which that's a pretty neat feature. See how long the switch has been on. Doesn't necessarily show you how much power it's been using, but it is simply showing you how long it's been on for the day, which can be helpful for a lot of situations. And it's got something called vacation mode, which is pretty awesome. Vacation mode automatically turns your Wyze plug on and off so it looks like you're home. So if we turn that on, this lamp will periodically turn on and off throughout the day. I don't know how often or in how many intervals. That may be something that Wyze can leave in the comments down below and let us know, but nonetheless, that is a pretty awesome feature. So I'm going to turn that off. In the settings here, we can see that we do get a status LED here. We can actually turn that off if we wanted to. I'm going to leave that on just because it is helpful. And we can set up rules for this device as well. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I will have a small series of videos coming out showing just how powerful this new outlet can be when paired up with some of the Wyze Sense and the Wyze cameras themselves. But just as a example here, we can see that we can set up any one of these other devices to trigger our plug here. So if we set up, let's see, water sensor, when that closes, then we can have this turn on. Whatever was plugged into it will turn on. It could be a lot of different things, but probably one of the most popular uses for a smart outlet of any kind is something like a lamp or maybe a radio, coffee maker. Really, the list goes on, and especially because the output max is 15 amps, it kind of adds a lot more options for different appliances. I do have a pretty unique idea with using some sensors and this plug, so make sure you're stay tuned and subscribed for that so you don't miss it, as well as a bunch of other ideas that hopefully you guys will kind of inspire me with in the comments below, so I can kind of copy off you and we can share ideas with each other, just so we can really get the full potential out of these, let's face it, inexpensive and very powerful products. I do have to point out also that there's a lot more options other than just using a device trigger. You can simply run a shortcut with the action of turning on a bunch of plugs at once with just a tap of a shortcut from the home screen here. As you can see, where's our home screen? There it is. There, you're just listed at the top there, so we can just tap that and say have all of our plugs turn on, or our light bulbs or whatever. There's also options such as setting a schedule. So maybe we want plug 1 to turn on at around sunset. Unfortunately, they don't have sunset available because that obviously changes by the day, but we can get close with an actual time, say around 7:30, and have the end time turn off around, I don't know, what, 11:27 p.m. We want to repeat that every day. So now this particular switch will turn on at 7:33 p.m. and turn off precisely at 11:27 p.m. every day. So that's just another quick example that we can do with these awesome switches. Okay, so I appreciate you staying to the end of this video, whether that be because of the awesome content that I just gave you or because you wanted to hear more information about the giveaway for this Wyze plug here. Now I know this isn't the most extravagant giveaway in the world. These things are only 15 bucks. I will go ahead and cover shipping for you, and you do need to be in the lower 48 just to keep that shipping price somewhat down. It's not even worth shipping for anywhere out of that area for me. But anyway, information will be down below to enter for the giveaway. It's from a site called Gleam. You may have heard of it, you may have used it in the past. It's the most popular giveaway site. All you have to do is sign up for an account, and there are different ways you can enter into the drawing. Some are worth 1 point, some are worth more. So that allows you to get as many entries as you possibly can into the giveaway, and that will get you a free 2-pack of Wyze plugs. And let's face it, my channel is not the biggest out there. I don't get the most views, so your chances are actually pretty high if you go ahead and try it. So that's about it for this video. Like I've been saying throughout this whole video, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on the example videos, and not to mention my unique implementation of the Wyze plugs and the Wyze Sense. I think you guys are really going to like it. So that's all I have for this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.